Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with a review of the Transformers Power of the Primes Prime Master Vector Prime. So, continuing on from the Liege Maximo and Micronus, we have Vector Prime with some very nice Metalhawk armor. So, a quick thing on the Metalhawk armor first. Metalhawk is not actually a character that was ever released in the US. He was a Japanese exclusive and original character, but here he is with his Pretender suit, and Vector Prime is the controller of space and time who first appeared in the Cybertron cartoon, which is why I'm particularly excited on this toy, because cool character from my first ever cartoon that's an original Prime, and cool character from a Japanese cartoon I have never seen. Awesome. Very, very awesome. I do want to clarify a thing on the lore behind these characters a little bit, since it's been brought up in the comments of the other videos. Apparently at HasCon they explained that the little robots, these guys, only contain the sparks of the primes. And as far as I understand it, they never really explained so far as what that meant, as if, so say, like if this guy is actually Metalhawk and he took on the spark of Vector Prime, or Vector Prime possessed the Metalhawk body or the corpse, so I could even, and is the one actually in control. I don't think they ever explained that. So in my perspective, I'm going to refer to the little robots as the primes that they are on the packaging. So Vector Prime, and these are just suits that they created after they became, these little robots gained the sparks so as they could hide the power of the powerful energy coming from the prime spark. I don't really know what the case is, but I'm just going to call them Vector Prime, because that's going to be the little robots by their prime names, because that's the simplest way, in my understanding, unless something contradicts me. But let's take a closer look at Vector Prime himself, and you can see he even has, I didn't even realize, I thought that was just the gray on his face. He actually has his face painted in silver, which is a very nice touch. Quick comparison, here he is next to Terrible, the Titan Master. And you can see they have the exact same body shape. The only differences are what's on their back, with Time Masters having face, and the Prime Masters having their logo, and this is the logo of Vector Prime, showing, I guess this is supposed to be indicative of space and time. I don't know. I thought it looked more like a clock. But anyway, Vector Prime himself is got blue arms, blue upper legs, blue head, and a gray chest and gray lower legs. And like I mentioned before, actually silver paint on that face, which is very nice. Other details are a little more minimal, but he's still very nice. Very nice. And like I said, there's the logo on his back. For articulation, his head can rotate a full 360 degrees. Very, very loose, I will say. His arms can bend that far, and they are able to bend out that far. His legs are able to bend that far forward, that far back, and his knees are able to bend that far back and that far forward. And his knees are very loose from what I can tell. And here he is in his spark mode, which is the mode he uses to connect with others. While we are looking at Vector Prime, let me show off that combining stuff. So here is Dreadwind's power armor, and he can just connect into there, like so, using the tab on the back of his legs to go into that tab right there, and his head just filling in that gap right there. He can also sit inside any Legends class figure from Power of the Primes or Titan's Return, since Titan's Return Primes have the same gimmick. Well, except Scrapnel, so he can't fit in Scrapnel, but he can fit in Beachcomber here, and you can see there's Vector Prime just riding around in Beachcomber. And yeah, that's all there is to say on Vector Prime himself. So let's take a look at the Metalhawk power armor. Decoy armor, I should say. Sorry. He is the nicest painted of all of the ones from what I am able to tell, with some very nice silver paint going on those thighs, some nice yellow paint going on there. Nice silver Autobot logo right in the chest. Blue molded head, that's very nice. Red on the chest, very nice. A little bit of silver on those abs, very nice. Solid blue arms. A little bit of blue there, a little bit of gray there. Overall, And oh yeah, I didn't even notice the silver up there and back there. Yeah, he's a very nice. He looks, in terms of colors, he looks very good. His body is fairly similar to Cloudburst. There are certainly details, but certainly nothing as strikingly different as compared to Liege Maximo's armor or the Skullgrin armor. But he still looks very good. The colors are very nice on him. Limited articulation though. Only arms are able to rotate but they are able to rotate a full 360 degrees. And there's the cannon on his back, which if you pull off of this friction hinge, he is able to hold it in his hand. So it's just got long gun going on there. That's what. This is a time gun apparently, since I mean this is Vector Prime, the controller of space and time, so this has to be a time gun, right? Right? Yeah. But anyway, connecting those two together, you just open the Decoy armor like so, plug the Prime Master inside like that, and close it up, and then you can see you got the whole of Vector Prime's face going through the Metalhawk armor, which is very nice. It's very interesting and very neat. And that's cool. That's cool. That's all there is to it. Yeah, that's all there is to that. Taking Vector Prime out, and we'll show off the other mode, the weapon mode. So you fold this peg down. I will have to note that this peg is the only peg I have experienced that is loose for the other one, for this first wave of Prime Masters. It is a friction hinge on all three of them. There's no different reason why they are, in fact, this one behaves different from the other two, because they're all friction hinges. There's nothing else holding them together. But this one's loose enough that I have had it pop out before it's gotten into fists of robots before. But just so you know, that may be a QC issue though. But continuing on with the weapon mode, you fold the cannon down, you get Vector Prime into his spark mode, and then you connect him right here using these two Prime Master pegs right there to fit into the holes of the bottom of his feet. And then everything else just fits into the grooves that exist. And there you have Vector Prime in his weapon mode. And I will bring Megatron out now to show how he can be held. And like I just said, that peg just the friction on those hinges just gave before the peg did. So you're probably gonna have to hold the post down. Whoops. I am sorry. Some lights in my room just fell. So, but now I'm gonna try to get this guy to actually hold the weapon. There we go. There we go. Megatron holding Vector Prime in his gun mode. Let's raise the camera up so you can actually see all of Megatron. There we are. Megatron holding Vector Prime in his gun mode. I'll still have to fix those lights later, but enough about personal things. Let's finish this review off by getting them into robot modes and doing some robot mode size comparisons. So, a quick extra comparison. There is the Time Master, and then there is Terrible's weapon. Whoops, sorry, Metalhawk. Metalhawk, like I said, he does have loose knees, so it does make him a little trickier to stand. And there's Terrible's tank next to the Prime armor. There they are next to Legends Class Bumblebee. Next to Deluxe Class Chrome Dome. I gotta move them over a little bit to make room for the big boys. Voyager Megatron. Voyager Megatron. Come on, Megatron, look at the camera. Look at the camera, will ya? Voyager Megatron. Leader Class 6-shot. And of course, the channel's mascots. Soundwave and Wheeljack. And you can see how they all look next to each other. So, that's the whole wave of Prime Masters. There was only 3 of them in this wave. They are all all of them are very nice. They all basically do the same thing. It's not like different characters have different transformation schemes. They have the exact transformation scheme. It just matters. The main differences are what colors they are, the details on the armor, and the kind of weapon they have. Now those are the only differences between them. So they are admittedly very similar. So some people have taken that as to you don't need to get them all. I do personally want to get them all, again, because they are representative of the Primes as well as the original Pretenders that I never had, and I'd like to get them because both of them are very cool characters. But if I had to rank this wave, I'd say Liege Max Mo because the Skullgrin armor is really good. This one, Vector Prime, because the paint on this armor is really good and the details are really good. And then Micronus because he's, well, good, just not as exciting as the other two. But that's my personal opinion. You can develop your own opinions, but that's all I have to say on Vector Prime. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. Also, please consider donating on my Patreon page to help support the channel. All of the links will be in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack signing off.